because the possibility of this interconnection to light, interconnection to sound, interconnection to the vibration of life, not in a metaphorical sense, but in an actual sense, is a potential experience for a human life. We've lost that thread, so our hopes are extremely modest. Our hopes are hopes of acquisition, hopes of quiet and entertainment and calm and lack of stress, lack of trouble, lack of problems. Not recognizing that human beings were not put on this earth in all their intricacy, in all their extraordinariness, in all their uniqueness, with the ultimate possibility of that human being is to experience of life with less trouble. Isn't that ludicrous? Doesn't that sound like what an over-design? Our thinking capacity alone is so intricate and capable that would be given to us, and our ability to feel and intuit and have compassion and all the capacities that human beings have would all be instilled in us, put into us, manufactured into us so that we could live a life to decrease our problems. Not. There is something there, but we've been so involved in our problems, plans, and relationships, in scaling down the trouble that we have and trying to create smooth sailing for ourselves, so involved in that endeavor that we've lost the possibility of something far beyond that. The possibility of reconnecting to the energy that put us here in the first place. Not in a metaphorical sense, not in a New Age sense, but in actual sense that we are in vibration. Not vibes, vibration. We're in the vibration of energy, we're in the vibration of light, we're in the vibration of sound. Not outside, but inside. We are its creation. And since we are its creation, it is in reach of us to feel that connection. And in feeling that connection, become filled up naturally from within, not from our successes in acquisition, not for our winning, not for the impressions we make, but filled up from within because of that natural connection that we've lost. And being filled up within, finding ourselves in a different position than we've ever been. And as we've become filled up within, becoming less in need of what happens outside us. Be willing to take the things that happen in life because we don't depend on them, because we can be filled up from within, or at least more filled up from within. We find ourselves able to actually give, not give with the hope of getting back, not being kind and compassionate circumstantially, but actually being filled up within and feeling that everything else is, well, it can't be for me. If I'm filled up within, where's it going to go? Nobody keeps filling the bathtub once it gets full. Even if they live in an apartment, that water that goes down below is not going to be wanted. So when we're filled up, we are naturally, by our filled upness, giving without expecting return. The process culminates with meditation on light, on sound, on an inner vibration that's tangible, that's invisible out here, but tangible inside. But doesn't begin with that. Begins with a process for ourselves of coming a little closer in fineness to that finest of vibrations, coming a little closer, losing our dishonesty to some degree, because everybody would acknowledge that dishonesty is dense. It's not fine. Our fear is not fine. We know our fear and our anxiety and our impatience and our jealousy, those things are not fine. We don't think they're fine. Sometimes we feel they're justifiable because of circumstances. But we don't feel they're fine. We feel they're coarse. We would like to minimize them. And maybe be able to help you to minimize them if your aim is to get to that inner vibration, that inner light, that inner sound that will fill you up from within so you can be the person that a human being is really capable of being. But in this process, there are certain things that have to happen. Certain very specific things that we have to learn. We have to learn about our self-destructive behavior. Because if we're smoking a cigarette with one hand and running around a track with the other hand, we're not going to get our lungs in better shape. We have to know what we're doing that keeps us from this human possibility. And there are things that we do and we are that we do not realize, not because we're dense or not because we're dumb. But we have not crossed paths with that understanding.